Yo! Checking in with a review on this old thing. Fenix 7, the Garmin Fenix 7, the ultimate in running watches. Actually designed for, well, it has a mode on it for expedition. Expedition. So if you were going to go to the North Pole, say, this would take you there. It has supposedly 35 days of battery life, and it can be powered by the sun. It tells you your altitude. It tells you everything you could possibly ever need to know. You also can GPS yourself wherever you are, back to the start of races, back to the end of races, wherever you want to go. Now, the honest review from me, these retail at $550, I think, 600, something like that. So expensive, one of Garmin's most expensive watches, one of Garmin's newest watches. And unfortunately, as I am honest with all of these things, I am, not overly keen, which, sort of brings you to this place where you do a review on a watch because, not many people review things and go, oh, it's amazing, I love it. But sometimes you do. So my points are, it's big, very big. Compared to the Vivo Active 4 that I had before, it's quite chunky. Look how much it sits up off there, and it's quite heavy. But, that is, not massively important. The other things which I find frustrating is the battery life. I wear it all day, every day, which I didn't do in my last watch. The battery life on this lasts about 15 days, and then it's done. It's pretty much, and that's to run maybe every day, use it a couple of times. It's got its flaws in terms of the sleep tracking, which is good, but you have to set a time that you are going to sleep. If you say midnight till 8 a.m, but then one day you go to bed at 10 p.m, it still thinks you went to bed at midnight. And if you move or jolt at 5 a.m, it says good morning and thinks you've woken up at 5 a.m. So there's a lot to be desired on that too. It has every possible thing you could ever want: trail run, ultra run, treadmill run, track run, everything. I've not used all of them. Track run, though, I would have hoped that, if you were doing, say, I was doing the other night, 6 times 800 meters with 2 minutes rest. So 1 800 meter rest, 2 minutes. It would be great if you could pause this and it would start counting your recovery time, but it doesn't. You have to pause it and then have another watch somewhere else to count the 2 minutes that you're resting. So also a little bit frustrating. It has the rubber strap, which, is fine. But for me, if I wear it 24 hours a day, I start to get like a rash underneath underneath there. I don't know why. Guess it's a sweat. I don't know. But that's not their fault. They've all had rubber straps. So it's nothing to do with the Fenix 7. But yeah, in terms of its other flaw, the one other flaw that's really frustrated me so far is the auto start stop, which you can have on most Garmin watches now. Now the auto start stop on the Vivo Active 4 that I had, pretty good. It stopped when I stopped, and then pretty much straight away started running again. It kicked off. Now the auto start stop on this, not the same. I went for a run last week with a load of other people. They clocked 8.5 miles. I clocked 7.5 miles. So that's how much of a difference it was. In just us, it was a very hilly, very tough run. So there was a lot of stopping and starting. And I did notice it when I was there running, and I'd start running, and then maybe 20 seconds in, it would vibrate to sort of start again. So I think there's a delay on the auto start stop kind of thing, which is frustrating because you end up losing miles. Whereas the Vivo Active 4, which was considerably cheaper, about 200 quid at the minute, maybe half the price, maybe more than half the price, less than half the price, sorry. Very, very good. You'd think as the models got better, the systems would get better. So their start-stop would get better. Their GPS tracking would get better. I have used the GPS tracking to track me back to the start of a run. brilliant. Literally like a sat nav on your watch. You look at it and you can see the paths, you can see everything. Amazing. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that is very good about it, but I'm here to critique it, I guess. I'm doing a review because I want people to know, you know, I wish I could have seen this video before I bought it, the things that maybe aren't perfect with it. As we all know, Garmin are the best. They are the best, and most of the things that they do are brilliant. But yeah, as for the Fenix 7, few flaws in there, and they are things that definitely need to be improved. It tells you the sunrise, it tells you the sunset, it tells you everything. It does have a version on it where it recommends runs to you each day, says today we suggest you do this. Doesn't seem very accurate. I did a very hard track session last night, about 2 minutes quicker than my 5k pace, with rest, but very tough. And then this morning I woke up and it suggested that I should go for, I think, 9 miles at 6-minute miles. Now, no, absolutely not. I was doing 5-minute miles, just over 5-minute miles last night at track. My legs are shot. I do not want to do 9 6-minute miles. I don't think I could do 9 6-minute miles today. So it doesn't seem to have a lot of AI attached to the reasons why. It never says, we suggest you don't run today. It's always, we suggest this. So maybe that's just giving me an idea of running, and it's not actually based on my performance. But the idea I thought was, it tracks your sleep, it tracks your heart rate, it tracks all your training. It would say, would be a good thing for you to do today. There are my points. This is a bit of a rant. You might not watch it. If you're still watching, thanks. 7 minutes, all about the Fenix 7. See you in a bit.